Like, I hate to interrupt you.
I'm sorry.
What are you watching?
I have 18 more seconds left.
What are you watching?
This is like a party happening. So Jimmy Fallon went to Puerto Rico with Bad Bunny. And it's just like a street festival of music and dancing and colors and women and him covered like he's Sesame. What's that guy? A Birdman on Sesame Street.
We got a podcast to do.
Sorry.
Can you put down the video?
I'm done.
And you were talking about
what's that yellow guy on Sesame
Big Bird?
Street? Big Bird.
Oh my God!
You're
talking about. I was gonna talk about Bad. Oh no. Oh wait, no. I'm talking about Bad Baby. No, never mind. Wait, who did you say? You said Bad Baby or Bad?
I need to step away.
Oh, Bad.
I need to
Bad
step
Bunny?
away.
Did you say Bad Bunny?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Can I come back now? Is this a safe space?
This is a safe space.
Is this a safe space?
You can come back now. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I was just going to bring up the fact that we're living in a world where the Cash Me Outside girl signed a $900,000 makeup endorsement.
Whoa, wait, this is recent?
Yeah, this is like...
This Cash Me Outside girl is still a thing?
Yeah, Bad Bunny. No, that's Bad Baby. Bad Baby. See?
Stop it!
Oh my God.
Stop it!
Next, we're going to see a video with Bad Baby and Bad Bunny. I bet you anything. Kind of like the video with the...
You better like stamp and mark this idea before someone takes it from you as well as the millions, because I see this being an amazing collaboration.
Did you see the video of the long-necked kid with the wide-necked guy? See, this is the world we are living in right now. You know the guy that was arrested that had the huge neck that all the memes came out?
Oh, God, yeah.
And you know the viral, he's straight up hick. He's a kid that's got this really long neck. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
They did a hip-hop video together.
No. No.
Yes. And an egg has 7 million followers and over 45 million likes on Instagram. An egg! Like, what is this world we're living in?
This is how we're starting off 2019. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong.
Yes.
Clearly, if an egg is getting 7 million likes.
No, 7 million followers, 45 million likes.
Does this egg talk? Does it have special powers?
You didn't like it? You're one of the 45 million that hasn't liked it? I liked it.
And I'm not.
Have you seen it though?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's just an egg. It's just an egg.
I feel like one of our sister stations actually in Orlando did some kind of competition to counter it or see how many likes they can get on a random picture as well.
Like Ellen combined the egg and a picture of the Kardashian, and it got 4 million views. So there is no combating this egg. There is no combating this egg.
What?
45 million and growing. But that might be the crazy world we're living in. At least This Is Us is back.
Everything makes sense in the world once again, and God, they came in powerful.
Yeah, what an episode. It was a very emotional roller coaster last night. We'll talk about that coming up. I mean, I had totally forgotten and it was only a month ago, the last episode, but I totally, they did the flashback, in the beginning, what happened last episode, and I'm like, oh my God, Nikki. I totally forgot about Nikki.
Right. Well, even with that said, I was super confused, and then it took me a second to realize, they were, flashing forward, because at first I was
You're talking about the episode?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that coming up. We're going to tease it. Don't you know how this works?
I'm excited.
Hey, April, welcome to the Totally Spoiled podcast.
Wait, can you say it
now?
No. Are we going back?
Before we get to recapping This Is Us last night, which was an amazing episode, did you see the story of Chris Pratt and Anna Faris and what's going on? So Chris Pratt got engaged.
Yeah.
He texted Anna Faris to let her know, because they have a kid together.
Uh-huh.
They were married, and he texted her to let her know that he had proposed to his now fiance, and Anna Faris is all excited for them and happy for them, and even said, "Don't forget, I'm an ordained minister, that I could help with the ceremony." Your face is exactly what's in my head.
No.
I'm sure she said it as a joke, hey, don't forget, I'm an ordained minister, I can help you guys out. But the fact, do exes belong at a wedding?
Not in any way, shape, or form. I'm sorry.
But here's the caveat that gets put into it is they have a kid together. So
okay, well, the kids can attend.
Does the ex-wife belong at the wedding? Like, if you're on good terms?
I'm sorry. I think out of respect for the other person you're marrying, that's a no. Like, if there's parents involved, like the grandkids can take care of the kids, or like the aunt or the uncle, or someone. That's just me. I think it's a respect thing.
No, I completely agree.
You know,
like I think it's amazing that they're on great terms with each other, and obviously they're co-parenting for the kid.
Yeah.
But I don't care how good of terms you're on. I just don't think Anna Faris should be at that wedding in any way, whether it was joking or not.
Yeah, to each their own, and everyone, right? Like, norm is different for everyone.
Right.
So, it is what it is, but a really good friend of mine, when she was in a relationship, and she had a baby with her boyfriend at that time, but they've been broken up for a while, and they're on good terms, like they speak, but she is still super close with his parents, and he's now in another relationship that also seems to be serious. But just last week, I saw her hanging out with his parents. Like, they went,
Really?
They went to Universal, and it was just them and the baby. Like, I don't know. That would make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I think
There's got to be some separation, and they weren't even married, and it's still like, I don't know. I can't do that.
I don't think it was my last relationship. I think it might have been the relationship before, where we even had conversations, and my girlfriend at the time said, I know you're friends with your exes. They're not coming to our wedding. If we end up getting married, they are not coming to our wedding. I'm like, what? Why? They're just yeah. It's a total respect there.
No.
But why? They're friends.
I said no.
All right, let's do some spoiling. At Brian Fink, at April on air. Thank you so much. Let's see if I can do it.
All right.
Thank you so much for following and
You jinxed it.
F this. F this.
This is my
F
line now.
This.
Thank you for listening and subscribing to the Totally Spoiled podcast. Drop the mic. I am quitting
radio.
And walk away. Let me know when you come back to the safe space.
You're gonna pull into the McDonald's here on Manhattan, and it's gonna be, hey, thank you for coming to McDonald's. Would you like a Big Mac?
Can you get that line straight? Can you do that?
Hey, welcome McDonald's. Would you like a number 5 with a Big Mac?
Extra cheese, please.
I can do that. So this is us,
I
finally.
thought you were going to say full-time cat daddy, but whatever.
Oh, my God. That is my plan, is to retire off my kids. That's why I'm building the Instagram, at Aiden and Tucker. I can say that properly.
Clearly. Priorities, guys. Priorities.
I'm hoping that Petco or some food like Blue Buffalo sees how cute they are, picks them up as an endorsement. All of a sudden, I'm making millions off of the ads for them on Instagram.
On the couch.
And I am sitting my ass on the couch. If you want to do the podcast, I'll do the podcast, but I'm doing it from my couch. I'm not coming in anymore. I am retiring off of Aiden and Tucker.
Priorities, clearly.
Absolutely.
Clearly. Speaking of, quickly, how's Aiden?
Aiden's good. He's
how's
fat.
Tucker?
Tucker is I can't say it enough. Like, the only thing that I can keep saying to people when they ask about Tucker is he is hating life. Like, it is getting so bad. Like, I open the cage to feed him, to take him out to feed him, and he bolts. That's what he does now.
Yeah,
he just
would too.
Bolts. And even when I sedate him, like, because I'm sedating him to kind of help him calm down in there, and he's not taking to that either. And even when he is sedated, he's still throwing his litter around.
He needs a higher dosage.
He's like an incredible talk. I mean, that sedation is not. He's like, this is candy to me. Give me more. That's what I picture he sounds like. That's what I picture.
His internal sweetness is coming out in very rough and aggressive, loud voices and tones.
I picture Aiden talking like, "Hey, daddy. Hey, daddy. Hey, daddy. Can you feed me, daddy? Daddy, can you feed me?" That's how I picture Aiden. I picture Tucker as, "Give me more sedation."
Because see, I keep asking about Tucker and about you, but People forget sometimes the one that's doing fine.
Aiden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten him.
Okay.
He comes into
sure.
when I'm feeding.
Just making sure.
So this is how it goes. This is the routine in the morning. When I'm feeding him, so I wake up, I get Tucker's bowls to bring downstairs to feed the cats. I feed Aiden. I put food and water in Aiden's bowl downstairs.
Good job.
I bring Tucker's upstairs, take Tucker out of the cage, and who's right behind me? Aiden, sitting there waiting to eat Tucker's food and drink his water.
Stop it.
I'm like, dude,
He's my spirit animal.
He just wants all the food. Daddy, can I have all the food? Daddy, can I have all the food? All right, let's talk about This Is Us. Let's not worry about my cats anymore. At Aiden and Tucker on Instagram. Follow them.
What a plug.
What an emotional roller coaster last night. I mean, talk about baggage for the big three. Everybody, Kate and Toby went through stuff last night. Randall and Beth, Zoe and Kevin.
We definitely are delving into that.
So I don't know if it's just me, but it's kind of weird when they're doing these flashbacks with Jack now, because Jack really isn't like a big part of it. Like Milo isn't like current right now.
He's not. And super side note, because I know I talked to you about this over the break, because I went to see second act. Even the first appearance, which is slim to none, in this episode, I keep seeing him and J-Lo, and I'm like, this needs to stop. The movie was good. It wasn't great. I'll put that out there. It was good, not great. But like now I'm having like this complex.
You're like, worlds are colliding.
Yeah, what is happening right now?
When's J-Lo going to come into this episode?
Oh God. I love J-Lo, but no, please honey, this is not.
Well, I'm having this weird, like when I see young Randall and Jack talking at the Washington Monument, for some reason, like, I'm thinking Jack is a ghost. Like, I'm not even thinking Jack, because it's so, like, past now and he's not a big part of the episodes.
Yeah.
Like, every time I see him, I'm like, I don't know. It's just this weird feeling that I'm getting like Jack is a ghost. When it's not. I mean, it's just the flashbacks.
No, but I get it, because he's not really relevant.
I mean, he is. He played
he did earlier on, but now, like...
No, but he played a big part in last night's episode in the flashbacks.
Well, yeah.
But it's just weird how it's like my mind hasn't, like... I don't know what's
adjusted?
going on. Yeah.
It hasn't
kind of like
adjusted.
You and J-Lo. My mind is like Casper.
Yeah.
Have you ever been broken up by email or text?
If that were ever to happen, hold me back.
Have you ever broken up with somebody by text?
No. I mean my two ever existing relationships.
Not by text?
No.
Not by email?
No.
Could you?
Not even by phone. Like that happens. Like the person that I dated last two loved to have conversation. Well, actually didn't love to talk much at all, but like.
Sounds like a good relationship.
Clearly. This is terrible. This is so bad. Like wouldn't want to really talk much about anything serious, but if it was, we could do it over the phone. No, we can't. We can't.
So you want to be in person?
Yes, I think we as humans are meant to interact in person.
Right. I mean, it's not the way we're going. But
I don't care.
I completely agree.
2019, hold me back. Hold me back.
I completely agree.
Yeah, so I can't.
So I used to be a huge proponent of like stuff about relationships and like asking people out and stuff shouldn't be done in text. It should be done at least over the phone, at least talking to somebody
minimally.
Or in person. But the more I've gotten, I guess, busy or like been torn in 8 million different directions.
Please don't make
the more I'm like, yeah, it could be done in text. Like not breaking up, but I think things should be talked about in text. And you can ask somebody out in text.
If you're dating already, or it's understood that you guys are like, you know, heading somewhere with this, sure, hey, like you want to grab dinner or let's go see a movie, sure. But if it's initial,
if it's new,
yeah, no,
you can't do it in text.
No,
like
if it's you're asking me on a first date,
not on text.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
right.
Absolutely not.
Okay. I mean,
no.
I just think that this day and age, everything
Excuses.
is
Excuses.
okay. Whatever.
Nope.
So on the phone, or it has to be in person.
Over the phone is fine.
Just
Like
not
it's
in text.
over the phone. No.
And not an email.
Definitely not an email.
Zoe
Definitely
is a
not
hot mess. But here's what I love. I loved that she reached a point where she explained it and came clean as to why she is the way she is, why she had, what did she say, 2 sets of bars on her windows, and I mean,
3
it wasn't
bolts on the door.
Yeah, it wasn't that she didn't feel safe. It was because of everything that's happened in her past, and she doesn't trust anybody. So I like that she came clean to him.
I think it was finally, though, because if you ask me, and I think this is relationships in society to an extent, not trying to generalize nowadays, it's like you want the chase, but sometimes you get it, and it's like, okay, or whatever.
And that's what I thought it was.
And honestly, yeah, when Kevin so easily took the key, didn't fight her on it, when Randall's what would you call it, political party? Campaign party was ending.
Right.
He didn't even make eye contact with Zoe, didn't even from a distance say bye, left through the front door and left, or went out through the front door and left, is when she realized, oh, wait, he's not fighting for...
I don't know. I think it might have been Randall's speech that kind of turned that. Because
wait, are you talking about Kevin or Zoe?
No, Zoe.
No, I'm talking about Kevin. Kevin just left.
Yeah.
And it could have been Randall's speech that affected Zoe.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Kevin, how before, she calls him this all the time, how pushy he is.
Right.
He wasn't pushing anymore. He let it happen.
But
he let her give him the key. He let her get her way. He left, called it at peace, and then there she goes behind him, chasing him, because she probably realized, I effed up. Did Randall's speech have something to do with that? I also think yes.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
But my point is, Kevin did not push anymore.
But I think
he didn't.
I think it was because he reached a point where there was no reason to push.
I think he was exhausted.
Yeah, but I mean, she laid it out like we saw in the flat. She's like, I need my space. So that was it for, I think that was that New Year's Eve?
Yep.
So that was then. And then he approached her at the campaign party and said, I don't know do I talk to you?
Right.
And she kind of brushed him off again. So I think he had kind of reached this point where he's like, I mean, it's dead in the water. There's no reason to.
Right.
There's no reason to keep pushing. But he's definitely a pusher. I mean, he's definitely, let's boom, boom, boom. Let's move this along.
But like she said it too. And I could agree with Zoe on this end. On just this one statement, that he's a pusher, but in the right ways and in the right direction.
For the right thing, yeah.
For the right thing, right direction, everything. And to have a guy initiate and take charge and take control, especially in a relationship, and not be afraid to, is something so rare nowadays. So in that sense, it was a beautiful thing. And I think she finally saw that. And I think that's why she was like, I love you, and let's do this. If not, she was going to lose him.
And I love them together.
I did not at first.
Yeah, I love them together.
And now I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're good together.
They are. I think they're very good together.
I think, so Kevin is my kind of guy where if you want something, just for different reasons. I think if you want something, you go. We've talked about this in the past. If you want something, you go for it. If if you want to ask somebody on a trip, you ask them on a trip. Don't worry about it. But the way society is now, you can't move too fast because, like Zoe was, if you give them everything, they don't want it anymore because I can't think of the right words for it, but you get it, you don't want it anymore.
Right.
So,
kind of like we were talking about, like the chase.
Right, exactly, the chase. Exactly. Once you've got it, you don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
So, but I think Kevin is my kind of guy where he's like, I want it, I'm going to go for it.
I love it.
And whatever happens, happens. Yeah, I love that. I love the diner scene, too, with Randall and the Reverend.
Oh, my God, which follows up to them being in church and what comes out of that. We'll delve into that, but Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Randall going in there trying to get the blueberry.
Bowberry. Bowberry.
That was
Made me want a bowberry. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I digress.
That was just it was so amazing, just him trying to get that pie. I mean, it was just great.
Another solid man.
And then
So good.
yes, but you saw the crazy in Randall, in his eyes.
The desperation.
No,
too.
I'm talking about when him and Beth get into the fight. We're talking about
where she's like, I need to leave the room before I say something.
No, she says before you say anything else. And he's like, you do what you got to do. And they just pan to his eyes, and his eyes are like, you do what you got to do. It's like, whoa.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
You do what you got to do. It's like, Tucker, give me more. Like, I see Tucker's crazy eyes in Randall. But
Oh, that's great.
But he's got crazy eyes when he gets
I
those
forgot about
wide
that.
eyes. Man, but the
Good
Reverend
acting.
the Reverend talking to him about the deathbed speeches, and just think about what you want and what's going to make you happy when you're on your deathbed. And
That was powerful.
yeah.
That was powerful. What was also powerful out of that was I love the scene where he had gotten the last
Blueberry.
blueberry biscuit pie. I'm thinking Bojangles for anyone that's from North Carolina. You get it. Sorry, I'm hungry. I didn't eat yet. I digress again. The pie. How he got the last one and he gave it to him. That was so sweet. But what I was saying that I thought was powerful is as he leaves and he thanks him, he dumps the yellow
throws out the
envelope,
blackmail.
which
Yeah.
was the blackmail for.
And I think that's why the Reverend ended up giving him his
Do you
approval in church, because he saw it.
But do you think he knew what that was? I thought that crossed my mind too, but I was like, I don't think he knew.
I don't think he knew specifically what it was, but Randall says, I've got something that's going to change the game, and I don't want to use it because I don't want to go that way. He said that to the Reverend.
You're
so
right.
I think when the
You're
Reverend
right.
saw him throw it out, he
put-
knew.
Yeah.
I don't think he specifically knew that it was paying people off so the DUI didn't come out, but I think the Reverend knew, and I think that's why he gave him his endorsement in church.
In church.
Which was another incredible scene.
Yeah, another powerful scene. It was beautiful.
Let's just take a second to say, F you, Gabe. F you, Gabe.
I'm with you.
That kid is a punk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have done the same thing, because those things, you get like if you buy something on eBay that isn't or you go to like a what are those?
Pawn shop?
No,
Or-
what are like when people have garage sales and you
A
buy,
yard sale? Get your words out.
What are those sales that are
Say
in
it
the
with
yards?
me. Totally spoil.
If somebody is having a sale in their yard, what would they call it? So, like, you find something at a yard sale and you know that it's a really good deal, you buy it.
Yeah.
And if the person comes back to you and says, hey, I need that back, I'm sorry. Give me $10,000 and you could have it back.
Right.
It just sucked that it was Toby's toys.
That poor guy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The sentiment and story behind it, and how Kate approaches him and literally pours out basically her life, and he's still like, yeah, no.
He's like, oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. And it's like, that's so heartless, but at the same time, it's like, you sold them.
Yeah.
I made the purchase. Like, sorry for your luck.
Sorry, not sorry.
But yeah, so the right thing would have been to, give him back. But can you fully be mad at the kid out there?
But F you, Gabe.
He handled it in a very asshole-ish way.
Yes, he did.
But
I loved how, and they actually talked about it in the after show, I love how Kate was comfortable using everything from her past. Like talking about her dad, talking about the fire.
That was a breakthrough.
Talking about losing everything. And that's what Chrissy Metz said in
yeah.
the after show, was that it was great seeing the character finally being able to talk about stuff and being comfortable with it.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
What a great ending to the episode. I mean, this episode, first of all, they did just put, like, there was so much emotional stuff in this episode, but it was great how they used the campaign flashbacks, which was great.
Yeah.
They kept Jack in it by doing his flashbacks and talking with Randall at the Washington Monument.
Right.
And then the ending was incredible in bed.
I will say this much. It was still like, yay! But be honest, going into this, if you remembered obviously the previous episode and what this was going to primarily consist of, which was the election, did you or did you not see him winning it?
I didn't think he was going to win.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't know.
I had the opposite reaction. I was like, he's gonna win this.
Really?
He's gonna win this.
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of building it up. Obviously, he was the underdog, and obviously in the last few weeks, he caught up and was only a few points away on campaign night.
What I will say I wasn't expecting, or better off said, I didn't know what to expect, was the dynamic and relationship between Randall and his wife. I literally was so torn, and also, oh my God, are they breaking up? Are they going to get a divorce? Are they going to be able to fix this? And it's beautiful how they're able to fix it. I love the scene where she hops in bed with him and like a sweet, gentle tear, like just a tear, comes out of her eye and is
oh my God, when they were talking about the shoes and the first time they met.
Oh. And how she's like, I think I'm going to marry this guy. I was like, yes, girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she's literally just sitting there and you see like a couple of tears.
Yeah, like just
fall.
one, just two,
my
just
God.
strong enough. Like that's all you needed. You didn't need a waterwork. Like just that one or two. And I hope I don't butcher the line, but it was something along the lines of, I will never let you forget your fight.
I'll never let you forget you, I think is
you
more.
Or your
yeah,
something along those lines.
Same thing, yeah.
But that was her being completely selfless and letting him do something that, besides his family, which I think he proves time and time again that he loves, for a minute, just step back and not prioritize more than his family, but maybe just equally as something that gives him purpose and passion, and let him do that. When you love someone, you let them do what they love to, if it's in a good direction and whatnot. But to see her be that supportive, even if it might mean pushing her and the kids and the family a little bit to the side and make more room, it was just beautiful.
Here's what sucks about
beautiful.
it. I completely agree with you. Here's what sucks about it. Is when they finally separate, because we know it's going to happen.
I just don't want to think about it. I refuse to think it's going to happen.
We know where this is going.
But do we? We've seen fast forward, like when Randall's really old and we're going to go visit your mom. But what does that mean? Like, she could have gotten dementia and is at a like...
No, but we saw like in one of the episodes where she was working and they're like, hey, Randall's going to come to pick up the kid or so-and-so. I don't remember how it all played out that way, but we know that it's moving to a divorce or a separation or something.
I think I'm remembering what you're saying. And my memory's still a little bit fuzzy, but I think I remember what you're saying.
The pain. Yeah. They're doing an amazing job of like going, okay, this is it. This is it. This is the episode where they're breaking up. They're getting into this fight, and then right back in, showing how amazing they are together. Which what that's doing is building it up so much more that when it happens,
I don't know.
It is going to be like ripping a Band-Aid off that is on a hairy leg that has been wrapped around for like a week, and you're ripping that Band-Aid and all the hair comes off with you. That is how painful it is going to be, because I love them together. Love that, like even through the fights and everything.
There might be people that disagree with me because everyone talks about how Kate and Jack were so amazing, but if you ask me, my favorite couple,
I might agree with that.
My favorite couple
Randall and Beth.
Randall and Beth.
Yeah. Did you see that Felicia Rashad was cast to be Beth's mom in upcoming episodes? Yeah.
What?
It's supposed to be this season that she's going to come into it.
Oh, snap.
Which is crazy because Felicia Rashad was just on Empire.
That's where I'm picking that name up from. Yes.
I mean, The Cosby Show. That's where you know her from.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay! All right, yes. So, from Empire. She was just recently on Empire. And, I mean, like pretty recent. Her character might still be in some of the storylines that are going on.
It could be kind of like
in
an
Empire.
overlap. Yeah.
It's just weird to see her now.
Kind of like the Milo with the second act J-Lo movie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get over that. I'm just not going to get over that.
You're scarred for life.
I am.
That's what
I am.
Was I not right in saying when I saw the teases for it that I was like, Jack, you're cheating on how?
So weird.
That's just what you see. So next week we're gonna meet present day Nikki.
Yeah, I was gonna wrap up with saying I'm really curious as to why, because it's pretty evident too that Jack knew his brother was alive this whole time and never said or did anything.
And that was a great scene at the Washington Monument when young Randall says, "Do you want to go see Nikki's name?" And he's like, "No." He knew. He knew that he hadn't died in war. But the weird thing is in one of the little scenes, you see Jack looking at that postcard saying just one more, and he almost looked confused. Yeah. So I don't know how this storyline's going to build out. But
if I had to take an educated guess, it looks like, I don't know what to say present day if he's still alive, but I think he is.
He is.
Yeah. Is either a drug addict or there's something super, super troubling with him. And the reason why Jack kept him away this whole time is because he didn't want to ruin the beautiful thing he had with his family. I don't know if it so much was that he was exhausted of constantly being his protector. I don't think that's so much him because I don't think that was in Jack as a character. I think it was protecting more so the family he built and had with Rebecca and the kids, that he did not want anything to risk that.
And you kind of saw that when there was like a scene where Jack visits Nikki and he's like, did I completely ruin your life or something like that?
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be very interesting. Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be interesting.
I'm so glad that the show is I don't know how many episodes we've got straight that it's going to be on for. I'm sure it's only going to be like 4. I'm sure it's going to get
4
through.
to 6 or something.
I'm sure
like
it's
that.
just going to get through sweeps, and that's going to be it. And then we got to go
tease.
another break.
Two quick side notes. Just talking about TV and amazing like shows that are on. Literally, I am so tempted on going back and rewatching all the shows of New Amsterdam. Now, this is the show that comes on right after This Is Us.
Right.
It's amazing.
Really?
I'm hooked.
Wow.
I'm hooked. We can delve more into this maybe in the next week of just kind of the whole kind of how this show goes full circle. It's incredibly written.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to tell you more about it because I actually went in and looked more into it because I was like, I'm so obsessed.
Okay, and what was the other show?
Second thing, for all of my dance lovers, So You Think You Can Dance kicks back off season 16. Should I go audition?
Yeah, so we can laugh about it.
And exiting the non-safe space anymore.
Did you? No, just talking about. You're going to get all wrapped up over there, and I'm going to laugh my ass off. Did you watch The Passage on Monday on Fox?
I'm going, keep talking. I'm just going backwards.
So there's a new show with, I forget, Mark Paul Gosselaar. Is that his name?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, I think that's his name. But it's The Passage on Fox. It was supposed to be really good. I DVR'd it.
I heard of it, yeah.
I DVR'd it. The first episode was
it
Monday.
scary?
Yeah, I mean, it's that one where they're like, they suck their blood. Why don't you just call them vampires? And they're like, vampires don't exist.
Yeah.
So that was on Monday. I didn't get a chance.
What was that again?
I didn't get a chance to watch it because I got home late last night. Had to watch This Is Us, but that might be another one for us to check out.
Okay.
At Brian Fink, at April on air. Thank you so much for listening to the Totally Spoiled podcast.
See ya.